We're on the way to Meru, which is also part of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a very famous and well-protected neighbor island of the Tobago Keys. What you doing, Dani? Are you bringing our inside cushions outside? Why?
For the sailing.
We lost our main cushion. It must have flown overboard. Oopsie. We just arrived. Are you gonna swim?
Yeah, it's time for take my shower.
I damaged the rudder when I reversed on the rocks in the last 2 weeks. Steering broke, steering is fixed in the meanwhile. Now I still have this little hole in the rudder, not a hole but a chunk out. I want to try, this is underwater epoxy and it's supposed to be, I'm supposed to be able to fix it with this. And I'm very curious if it works, because it's an interesting life lesson for the future. If we ever do a very long passage and we hit something and we get a hole in the boat or something. What you doing?
Okay guys, I want to show how is the mini laundry here in Limonada, because when happen the days we can stay close to our laundry when you wash the clothing here on the boat. So,
this is really like the second time ever we've done this.
and this is my technique with this.
It's a very special technique. I'm sure a lot of people will learn a lot here. And I have to cancel my epoxy project because there are hard pieces in it. It's been 1.5 years on the boat, so I guess it's expired. We're on the southwest side of the island, which is the nice and quiet part of the island. But Salt Whistle Bay is the place to be, which is 2 miles north. So we're gonna take the dinghy and check out the place and get some ice cream. Meru is the smallest inhabited island of the Grenadines, and about 250 people live there. And here Salt Whistle Bay is the most famous anchorage because, well, look at the place. What a beautiful color, water, and then the palm trees everywhere. It's just absolutely gorgeous. On land there are some small shops and a couple restaurants. Salt Whistle Bay, what do you think?
Okay, I think that I really like this place, but I prefer the other place because it's so quiet.
We're going all the way to Grenada. Daniela has to deal with some personal matters at home, and then you'll be back in around
A week?
Yeah, the rest of the video is gonna be me doing boat repairs, and then I will sail the boat to Trinidad and we'll continue from there. In a couple of days we're having Hurricane Beryl coming towards us, so I'm gonna try to be out of here on time. Sorry if I'm looking still a little sleepy. It is sunrise in Grenada. It's a very crowded anchorage here, Prickly Bay. I'm almost on top of my neighbors behind me. Today I'm going to take the steering quadrant out again. A couple videos ago I reversed on a rock and then the steering quadrant broke, took it out, had it temporarily fixed, but there's still just a lot of play between the steering wheel and the rudder, and now the autopilot has to oversteer, which is not good. Obviously there's not supposed to be play, so I'm going to take it out again and now hopefully do a perfect fix. At least here in this island there will be a lot of amenities, which at the other place there just weren't. I actually have a secondary 2.80 m, 9 feet dinghy in here for you never know. I got it out again. It took me 45 minutes to open up everything in the hatch, unscrew it. First time we did this, it took like forever. It's actually boats. Everything on a boat is pretty simple. It's just when you don't know how to do it, that's the problem. Yeah, so I got it out again. I'm going to a machine shop, and I guess the 1 millimeter that it's open here must make a massive difference. I think that's it. So what I meant with the 1 millimeter opening is here you see this 1 millimeter opening, and I actually think the metal must have bent back a little bit for the amount of force, and also there's a tiny bit of corrosion on top of here, so that together doesn't make it fully close. And I think this just was not, it's apparently so strong. I just think this is not, the L bracket would have had to be stronger in order to hold this force.
Has anybody arrived here that wants to say hello?
I'm on the cruisers net, which is every day here in Grenada, to ask other cruisers if they know where I can fix my problem.
How about we move on to parts and services? Someone early said they were looking for parts and services. Come ahead now.
Limonada.
Limonado, what are you looking for?
I have a bronze steering quadrant that I need to have. Apparently you can braze it or weld it. I'm not too familiar with it, but I need to find someone or a company, a little part broke off, who can braze or weld it for me.
What bay are you in?
I am in Prickly Bay.
I'd say a good place to start would be the welding shop in the Spice Island boatyard.
That was my first choice to go to anyway. I thought maybe somebody had another solution, or maybe there was another boat who had a brazing.
Okay, what are we going to do now? How about we empty out our bilges?
So you never know. Maybe somebody has a device on the boat and who could actually do it for me, and that would have been a lot cheaper than an official company. So, all right, we'll wait till the welding shop opens and then we'll go there. All right, let's see what time the welding shop opens. Yeehaw! It's a beautiful day in Grenada. The one thing about Grenada is that the UV is so high here, so much higher than the other islands for whatever reasons. If you do not use sunblock here, it's just, you get burned and it's so bad for your skin. Alright, let's go check out the welding shop. This is the Grenada boatyard, and the welding company is supposed to be at the end over there. Here it is, Spice Island Marine Welding and Fabrication. Now I'm just waiting for the people to arrive who can help me. There it is. I explained the problem, but the guy who was actually making the final price is not here yet. So I'm going to Ace Hardware to start working on fixing my other problems. And then I'll come back here to talk about pricing and stuff. So I also looked in trying to get like a second-hand different one, but there's so many different sizes. This is for a 1-inch shaft, and then you have one for 15, 16, and a 1-inch and a quarter, and then I don't know what, and I could not find any similar one. So gotta fix this one. This is the main street that leads from the marina to the Ace Hardware. At the end of the street, it's nice and cloudy, so not so hot. So we have an alternator belt, oil filters, and this, whatever the name is, a caliper, so I can finally normally measure how thick my shaft and everything is. And also oil and a bunch of cockroach stuff. These cockroach foggers, they don't really sell in many countries, and until now they're the only thing that I noticed that really helped on the boat. So yeah. At the beginning of the boat yard is the budget marine, big marine shop, which is good because I also need to go there. At the marine shop I bought these are for my chain. Let me show you why I need these. Like, wow, this chain is brand new, 2 months old. Look what these plastic pieces have done for damage. That's insane. Wow. And these rollers, they sometimes break and I always have a hard time finding them in the size I need. A couple $100 later, I am pretty stocked up again. Let's do the oil change. 6 months ago I put the boat in the water, and that was the last time when I changed all the filters. You gotta do it either each 6 months or 200 hours, but I barely motor anymore these days. So it was time to do it. It is finished now. I'm running the engine for a while because I put on a new belt, and I just wanna run the engine for a while to make sure everything's okay before I'll head out again. And now I'm gonna put this thing on the chain. I'm putting green at 120 feet. I just had these temporarily here when I took out the old ones. Alright, the first color is in. Then we've got red at 100 feet and white at 80 feet, and that's enough for me. Today I'm going to take the bus to St. George, the capital, to the Island Water World, the big marine store, to find what I couldn't find here. After that, hopefully my steering quadrant is done and I can put it back in again. Water World's over there. It'll open in about 20 minutes. This is the main bay of the capital, St. George. I'm gonna buy some more Sika flags and another underwater epoxy. Also, I got 2 more impellers. I couldn't find them anywhere else here and they had them, so I thought, let's buy 2. So I'm gonna try to fix that little chip in the rudder right now with the new underwater epoxy. I'd love to show you the whole process, but I really need one hand on the boat and the other hand to first sand it a little bit with sandpaper and then put this on. But I'll show you the end result. A steel brush goes better. I'll try to show you. Just gonna cut a bit off here. This should be okay. Whether it works or not, at least I'm gonna learn something. Alright, let me show you. That's the best I can do. I took a shower because the water here is so dirty. Did you see how dirty my rudder was? I cleaned the hull like a week ago. It's just the water here. Anyway, on the way back to the welding shop to see if the steering quadrant is ready. Nothing happened yet. We're in the Caribbean. Enjoy life. Okay, I'm gonna come back tomorrow at noon. coincidentally 2 times in a row I've been a bit unlucky with the water quality. First in Backway I filled up from a water truck and there were a lot of green particles in the water. After that I went there to the marina, filled up normal water, and then a week or something later, or 2 weeks later, I don't remember, I filled up somewhere else, which was supposed to be water from a big water maker on shore, and that water was quite salty, and that's in the plastic jerry cans right now. So I'm gonna toss it all out, get new. I filled up diesel over there, and now I'm gonna fill up water over here. Gonna run the hose, but somebody's occupied with it, and there's no gasoline. For whatever reason, always when I've been here there was either no diesel or no gasoline. So I'm gonna try to walk with a canister to the nearest normal gas station. Just filling up the water. I thought it was going to get painful to get gasoline, that I either had to walk or take a taxi, because it's a mile away the gas station. But the minibuses had no problem taking me with a gasoline tank, so that was good. So got that sorted too. Let's go check out the underwater epoxy and see how that turned out, and then in about 2 hours the steering quadrant should be ready. Let's check it out. Okay, the underwater epoxy seemed to have worked pretty well. I'm going to check it again in the next 500 or 1000 miles. And also if it gets older than a year, I'm going to buy a new one. Let's go back to the welder. I hope it's done and I can put it back in, clean up all this mess, and then at least the boat is ready to go again. Prickly Bay is a little rolly. Just got to the welding shop, there's no one here, apparently it's lunch, but I can see it is finished and they did a marvelous job. Look at that, they added this thicker piece of metal, and then here a part to strengthen it, and then here another part, so there's a normal bolt going like this again, just like it used to be on the other side before this part broke off. Little bracket here all the way to the other side, a big part. So yeah, looking really good. Oh, here's I found a 1-inch pipe just to make sure that it's now going to be really tight, and I cannot push it in, so tight is it. So that's how it's supposed to be. So nice. How much do you guys think it's going to be? 50 US? 100 US? 200 US? I have no idea. In the Caribbean it's always a bit of a big question mark. It was 350 EC, which is 115, 120 US dollar. And I am very happy with that, because I was expecting at least that. Of course we're gonna get a squall exactly when I'm working on the steering. The steering quadrant is back in again. That means 1 is not a total chaos here anymore, and 2, I'll be able to relocate the boat again.